Hey, it's so good to see you. Sit down, make sure you're nice and comfortable, and thank you again for lending me your face to sort of practice on. It's very kind of you. I've sort of got like a nice little routine set out for you already, so if you just want to settle yourself in a bit, get nice and comfy, I can get started, okay? Yeah. So I reckon we're going to need to start just by cleaning off your face so I can have a nice blank canvas to work with. What do you think? Yeah. So I have just this little water. It's the like no perfume one, just so it's not like irritating. And that's just to cleanse your skin. So of course for that I'm also going to need some cotton pads. Just going to grab 2 of those. So these are the pads. They're nice and soft, so they shouldn't irritate your skin at all. It should in fact be quite a nice experience. And then I'm just going to use this other water on each of those. Immediately spilled it. Okay, so they're nice and saturated, like ready to go. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and start wiping your skin. Thank you. So let me just start right at the top. There we go. I'm just going to wipe gently and make sure we get every little speck of dirt or dust or whatever is lingering. Not that I think you're dirty. Just the everyday grime. So, let's move down your nose bridge. Both sides. And your temples. This side. And this one. And let's do your cheeks. On this side. And over here. Be careful not to miss any spots. Now let's do down your jaw. Just to finish off. Just to sweep over your face. So we did your forehead, your temples, your nose, your cheeks, if you don't mind, if you could just close your eyes, I'm just gonna swipe over your eyelids as well. Okay. Close your eyes. Okay. That should be enough. So, let's discard those for a moment. And let's see. Okay. I think you are nice and clean. So we can do just a tiny bit of prep before I start with the actual makeup. First things first. A new product for me. This is a toner. It's vitamin C toner serum. So I'm gonna call it a toner, not a serum, because it's like it's watery. You can sort of see how it's oh, it came out how it's wet. But they tell me, I keep hearing on from all the skincare gurus that you should use a vitamin C something in the morning to brighten you or whatever. I don't really know what it means, but I'll try it. See what happens. It says it will visibly brighten skin, so let's give it a go. And it says it has neroli and hyaluronic acid, which I have also heard is a good thing, which should reduce blemishes and increase cell turnover, minimizing clogged pores and inflammation. It's got aloe vera to cool and soothe, reduce redness and inflammation. The vitamin C enhances skin elasticity. So, there's that. Sounds like a little miracle potion, so let's give it a go, no? After cleansing, apply 2 to 3 drops on your fingertips and gently massage into clean, moist skin. So we just cleansed you. So let's follow their instructions, shall we? Ooh. Oh, it's really wet. Okay. It's on my fingertips. So, if you don't mind, I'm just sort of gonna massage it in. Now, I hope it's not too cold. Sorry. It is just kind of like, it's watery. But I'm just gonna sort of pat it in and hope that I don't know, that it soaks in. Just patting around your eyes and on your forehead and your cheeks. It feels good. I'll give them that. For the amount of stuff that's in there. It feels like your skin is sort of like plump and fresh. And I'm just gonna grab a bit more for the bottom half of your face. So I'm just gonna do your cheeks and sort of like your jaw. I don't want to miss anywhere, just dabble everywhere and down the sides of your nose. Okay. What do we think? How do you feel? You feeling brightened? You look good, if that counts. So, I think we can just give that a moment to settle in, and I'm going to move on. The prep is extensive, I'm sorry. I want to use both a moisturizer and a sunscreen. And normally I would do moisturizer first and then sunscreen and makeup onto that. But this moisturizer is also a primer, which I think goes on top of sunscreen. So let's do the sunscreen first and see what happens. This one is an absolute favourite. It's one of the like Skin Aqua ones are all really good. They're Japanese. I got this one when I was in Japan because I was just stocking up while I was there. But what's so nice about it is that, like the Watery Essence one, which was the one I used to have, this Tone Up UV Essence, they're both like really thin, so they don't feel oily and they don't leave any colour on your face, and they just sort of like absorb immediately, which is really nice. This one is SPF 50, and take a look at this. It's green, so it's meant to sort of counteract some of the redness on your face. Now that's more of a me problem than you, but it's the one I got, and it's nice, so let's give it to you. I'm just gonna sort of dot this around your face, okay? Alright, and I'm just gonna sort of massage that in, if that's okay. So, it's actually, I keep seeing stuff as well about like face massage being really good for you. I mean, that's not new, I guess, like gua sha and all that has been about like face yoga. But it also just feels kind of nice, like it feels like a sort of therapeutic moment. So right now, for your forehead, I'm doing sort of like strokes that go like this. So if you use like 3 fingers and feels nice. So let's do that for you. Isn't it kind of nice, don't you think? The sunscreen's kind of getting everywhere though. And then one that I saw was at the side of your eyes to go like this, like so. I don't know. You pull, you massage, you make it happen. Let's give it a go. So just at the side of your eye, it's just smooth that. And then if we keep moving downward, down here you can do sort of like lymphatic drainage massage. So you essentially like you sweep outwards and like down, and then down the neck and that sort of thing. It's meant to help depuff all that, but also once again just feels good. So let's do sort of under your eyes, and I promise my hands are clean, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's do your cheeks and your jaw. I'm just using like this part of my hand. Okay. I hope you feel relaxed. And I'm gonna go to my next step, which is that priming moisturizer. Well, it's called Vitamin Enriched Moisturizing Primer. The vitamins in question are E and C, and niacinamide is in there as well, and oat oil and shea butter. I don't know, I don't really trust all these like products that like we do all of this stuff and contain all this thing, but then I buy them anyway, so capitalism won today. So this is like it looks like a really thick moisturizer, but I guess primer's normally quite thick, so it's like a putty, like that. Anyway, let's grab a good bit of that. A little goes a long way with this stuff, I found. I put on way too much before, because my old like moisturizer, you'd need like a glob this size on each part of your face. But this just like spreads around. So I'm going to do the same. Let's dot it. Let's just stick one in your nose, your forehead, each cheek, chin, and neck. Do not forget the neck, because What's the point in making your face super, super smooth and beautiful if your neck doesn't receive the same love? Just gonna swipe all that in. Okay, so I think with that and all those products, your prep is finished and we can move on to makeup. And I have like a little look planned out here. So first of all, I have this is a foundation tester that I got. And it's like SPF in it, seems really nice, and it's like a fancy brand. But it's just not at all my skin colour, so it doesn't really work for me. But I figured it could work for you, so let's not let it go to waste. So I'll do a bit of foundation with this, and then set that with a pressed powder. And then I think I might do a little bit of like contour, not lots. I don't want it to be like a heavy look. I just want it to be sort of like a subtle and natural looking, you know. So I've got this, my favourite, just because it opens with a little button. It's just a contour shade, and I reckon I'll stick that probably just on your cheekbones, maybe a tiny bit around your face, like the edges. See how I'm feeling. And then eyebrows will be next. So I've got my favourite eyebrow pencil, and it's the best because it has the pencil end on one side and then the pen end. This is my favourite thing in the world. So you can do like, and it just looks like hairs. Like, it's just so fine that it just looks like hairs. It's so natural. I love it. As a blonde eyebrow girl, this is my saviour, because very few eyebrow products are in the right colour for me, and this, exclusively this one, has got it right. But moving on. For your eyes, I was thinking, I've got these two palettes on hand that I was thinking about using. This one is just because, like, in like cold weather, I feel like warm dark colours are nice, you know? So this one has a lot of like dark browns, dark reds. Dark red, I was thinking, might be a nice look. Sort of a browny, orangey, reddy eyeshadow. I don't want to be too heavy, just like a nice gradient maybe. And then I could use a lot of these, and maybe a little shimmer in the middle. Let's see. Or in the other palette we've got some more interesting colours. So this one is called Avocado Toast. And the colours in it are a bit more varied. So you've got a lot of like greens and stuff like that. And maybe I thought this one has some of those warm ones as well, but I like the shimmer shades that this one has. They're all very like pigmented. It's really nice. Moving on from that. And then I always do like a little inner corner highlight, so I have like a little liquid highlighter for that. And this is always really fun to use because look at this. Ooh. It's like a really thin, like creamy shine, but it's really bright. It's really cool. I like it. And then I'm gonna do a bit of eyeliner. So I've got my little liquid eyeliner. It's got one of those little pen things, brushes. And I think I'm just going to do like a little wing on the end. I'm not going to go over the whole eye. And then we can move on to mascara. And I'll curl them and I'll put mascara on. And then lipstick to match with the eyeshadow that I end up with. And then I'll just put a fixing spray and then I think we're done. Just to walk you through. So, how do you feel? You ready to get started? Yeah? Okay. So, you've been primed already. So, let's start with our little tiny foundation sample. I'm going to use my fingers. I hope you don't mind. I've never been much of a beauty blender kind of gal. So, let me just stick a couple of drops of it onto there. And then I'm just gonna sort of tap it between my fingers. And then I'm just gonna, get it on there. If you don't mind. But the thing is, beauty blenders are great, but there's something about, maybe it's the warmth in fingers that, like it just blends it very seamlessly and it gets in all the little nooks and crannies in a way that I find it hard to replicate. Okay. I don't want to use too much either, so I'm just kind of spreading what there is out relatively thinly. And I'm focusing more on the center of your face and then blending it outwards. I don't know why, but I feel like that makes it look somehow more natural when there's not so much product like around the outside of your face. So I'm just gonna spread a little bit where I can. So, making sure we've blended out everything from top to bottom. Okay. And I'm just going to set that with that pressed powder. So, just pop that open. And for this I have a really huge brush. So it does come with like a little puff, but I don't want to use that one so much. The brush, I just think it's so much nicer. It just like feels really good. So you can just pop that in there and then I'm just gonna sort of press it on, if that's okay. So let me just sort of tap it on, just use too much either. Just under your eyes. And your nose. Just finally run the edges of your face. I think you're good to go. So let me just pop the lid back on that one. And put my little brush away. And then I can do your contour. So actually, here's my little brush jar. This is the one I just used, and I have a slightly smaller but very similar one for contour powder. So this one is like a tiny bit more pointed, I guess, which I think is what makes it good for this. So I've got this lovely little powder that we can use just to contour a bit. I want to be careful not to use too much of this. And I'm just going to do, if you could turn your head like a tiny bit to the side, I'm just going to do right here. That's okay. Okay, thank you. So let me just sort of do little circles to blend that in. So you only really need a tiny bit of product. I don't want it to look unnatural, but just blend it out well. Okay. Looking good. It's almost blended out. Okay, so the other side. This time you could turn your head that way for me, please. Thank you. Let's just get started over here. Okay, perfect, looking nice. Good. And I'm just going to use what's left on the brush that you don't need anymore, just to go around the top and edge of your face. So just going to sweep right over there, and then a little bit along your jaw as well. I'm doing a much messier job with this because there's not that much pigment left. Okay, so put that back in my jar. Now we can get to the fun part, and then it's the artistry. Actually, I'm going to do your eyebrows first, which is still quite fun. And I'm just actually going to use the pen end today, because I think I don't want to make your eyebrows look too blocky. I don't really want to change the shape. I just want to fill them out a bit. So let me start on this side, and I'm just going to flick, 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 flick. Okay, and the other side, just flick, 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 flick. It's good. So it's time to do your eyeshadow, but we're double priming today. It's always good to use an eyeshadow primer, which basically just makes sure that the pigment stays where it is. It doesn't like settle in your crease or come loose or whatever. It just keeps your eyeshadow on where it should be for as long as possible. So I'm just going to squeeze a tiny bit of that onto my finger. There you go. Don't need a lot of this because there's not much space on your eyelids. I'm just gonna tap it on. Okay? Just gonna tap. And I'm sorry, I'm being really gentle. I don't want to poke you in the eye. Okay, I hope you're nice and primed. You should be. I've used 2 priming products, but now we get to decide what to do on your face. I think I am liking this sort of brown, red idea, but I like the red in here. This one, it's called Paprika, the sort of like burnt orangey red. But I'm gonna start us off with this palette, the Ultimate Shadow Palette from NYX. There are a few of these. This one is Warm Neutrals. So let's pick a brush from my brush jar. For the beginning of your eyeshadow, I'm going to choose this one. So this is sort of like a just fluffy eyeshadow brush. It's one of the slightly bigger ones, which is good. And from this palette, I'm going to start with the sort of base colours, the nude ones. And so by just sort of putting these along the outside of your eye, it will help the other colours blend out more seamlessly. So I'm just going to start with this one, I think. And I'm just going to brush that on, okay? Just starting up on this eye. And this eye. And of course this can be a bit of a rush job because it's not a colour that's really going to show up. It's just there for blending purposes. Okay. Looks good. So my plan essentially is to gradually get darker using the brown shades. So I'm going to use that one next, and then this one, and then only in the really like deepest corners I use a tiny bit of this red. And then I think I'm going to use Paprika from the other palette over your lid. So I'm just darkening the crease and the outer corner to make the like natural shadows. So here's that second brown shade, and I'm just gonna sort of get a bit lower towards your crease with this one and do a little bit on the outer corner as well. Alright, I'll start on this side, so if you could close your eyes please. Okay, there we go. So because we had that last sort of neutral shade there, it's blending out smoothly so it doesn't look too patchy. And I'm just going to put a bit in that outer corner as well. Do the same for this eye. I don't want to go too heavy with any of these browns while they're still a bit further up on your eye. So I'm just keeping it light. Okay. So, what did we say we'd do next? This one. I wonder if these shades have names. It doesn't say any. So this is the darkest brown we're going to use, and it's going just right on the crease and inner corner. So a bit tighter this time. I don't want to spread this one as far out, just because I don't want to make your whole eye end up looking a bit too dark. I just want to accentuate the shadows. Okay. It's looking nice. Just gonna make sure I get that sort of natural gradient. It's not looking too chunky or anything. Okay. Just make sure there's nothing left on that brush. And I'm just gonna sort of try and blend between all three of those quite seamlessly. Okay. So now the colour. This one was next, our dark red. And I'll show you what that looks like. It's quite like pigmented, it's really quite dark. So I'm just using a tiny bit of it on the brush and just dabbing it right into the corner and then just gonna blend it out from there. I'm not gonna put it anywhere else. So just a tiny bit. And let me just dab that just right in your outer corner and on the other side as well while I've still got this much pigment on my brush. Okay, and now I can just blend it into that brown. Okay. This way that red colour doesn't overpower your eyes, doesn't make you look too dark or too heavy around the eye. Because with red on your eyes, you always have to be a bit careful, or it ends up looking like you've been like bruised. And honestly, with a lot of eyeshadow, it's just like the more time you spend blending, the better it's gonna look. But also, of course, it does matter sort of how much of the product you put on in the first place. So. Okay. I think that's sort of the like outer part of your eye done. So we've got all the edges, but the middle is still blank. So to fill that gap, let's have you. I'm going to use a different brush for this, actually. I'm going to use this one. It's a bit thinner. And so let me show you this colour. You see, it's a bit more sort of orange, where that one's a bit darker and a bit redder, this one's a bit more orange, and it blends out quite nicely. So I'm just going to pat this onto your eyelid, basically. So just go ahead and close your eyes, make sure. I'm just going to and then you can just sort of start blending the edges of it into the darker red and the browns around it. There you go. Looks good. Okay. And let's grab it just a bit more. For this side, let me just pat it on your lid. And then just start blending that out. Okay. So I'll be happy once it's looking a bit more seamless just between all of those colours. I want it to really fade out like a nice gradient without looking like stripy or anything like that. I think you're almost done. I'm going to go back actually to I have a bigger brush. I'm going to use this one. Now this is obviously much wider, but the good thing about that is that you can sort of just go all over, blend everything together. So I'm just going to go super lightly. I'm not going to press hard, just to try and gradient everything out a bit, okay? So, make sure your eyes are nice and closed. Let me just fluff everything up a bit. So, just... That looks a lot better now, actually. Okay. So, I'm liking these colours, it's good. I think you need... I want just a bit of shine. I always love a bit of glitter. So, I'm going back to my little palette. I'm going to use this gold one, I think. So, I'm just going to grab it on my fingers. I'm sorry, I love to use my fingers. And I'm just going to just literally pat it on, because it's quite bright. You don't need to blend it that much, because I want it to be like a ding halo effect. So, shut your eyes for me, please. I'm just gonna... Yeah, that was it. Finishing touch. Okay. Your eyeshadow is pretty much finished. I am going to put in my little inner corner highlight though with this guy. Oh, I just touched it by accident, so let's just show you what that looks like while we're here. Do you see that? It's nice. It's just like a shine, really. It's a highliner. So I'm going to use a tiny bit of this on a little tiny brush. I'm going to rub it into your inner corners, basically. So, let's find the right brush. This one. See, this brush has like just a little sort of rounded, stubby head. So I'm just going to grab some of that spilled eyeliner out the side and just rub it into your inner corners. Okay, just going to start on this side and the other side. Oh, it just instantly adds that shine, you know? Okay, so eyeshadow on, highlight on, eyeliner. So like I said before, I use a liquid eyeliner, and it's got this little brush, so it just makes nice little lines like that. But I only want to do sort of thin, like I want to give you a little wing, kind of like I got, I guess. I don't want to go all the way around, just want to give you a wing on the end. And I'm also going to give you a little inner corner. So I hope you don't mind me getting right in your eye. You can have your eyes open or closed for this. I don't mind, it's up to you. Just as long as you keep still. I'll start on this side, so I'm just gonna draw that on. Just a neat little wing. Also, eyeliner is so much easier to do if you only do the wing, because I think the hard part's going around the eye and not making it too thick or whatever. And then let me just do the inner corner there while I'm here. Okay. And the other eye. Just going to do the wing. Okay. And of course, the inner corner. Wow, well done for sitting so still for that. I know it's not easy. So, So, what are we missing now? Eyelashes. So I've got my eyelash curlers and my mascara. And this one is another Japan product, which I looked up stuff to get while I was there, and this was highly recommended. And I can see why, because it's really good. It is called Heroin Make Long and Curl Mascara Advanced Film. And basically it just is like a really good waterproof mascara. Like, it has a good applicator and it lasts really long, and it makes your curl last all day. So that's really good. So I'm going to curl your lashes first and then put this on after to maintain them. Okay. So I'm going to start with this eye and just start by just pressing really gently. Now stay still and it'll be okay. Okay. And while those are nice and curled, let's get the mascara in there. And I think it might be the shape of the one that makes it good. I really don't know, but it just is nice. So, just going to stick that on there. Make sure we coat every lash. Wonderful. And I'm going to do your bottom lashes as well, just really quickly. So, could you look up for me, please? Thanks. So, I'm just going to. There we go. I don't need too much on there. And now, the other eye. So, once again, sit still, please. Just gonna curl that tightly. Okay. And get that on there. Make sure cover everything. And bottom lashes too. Just get that on there. There we go. So, I think your eyes are done. They look stunning, if I may say so myself. So, what have we done? We've got your base makeup, your eyes, your eyebrows. So, with all that, that leaves us with lipstick, and then I think that's it, right? So, I picked a couple colours which I thought I would like, and I thought I could let you help me pick. So, first up is this one. So this colour is called Gold Pink, which is a lie because it's red, and it's kind of sheer. So this kind of goes with the, like it could go with the red in your eye. I'm not sure what you think, but let me use the other hand. This is what it looks like. So yeah, it's kind of pinkish, but it's mostly red, right? And you can sort of layer it to make it a bit stronger. But it has like a slight glitter. So what do you think? It's okay, right? But maybe it is a bit too, like, cool of a red for your warm red eyes. Anyway, moving on. Secondly is this one. This is a liquid lipstick. It's the one I'm wearing right now, actually. I don't know what it is. I think it smells so good. I can't tell you what it smells like. I don't think it's meant to smell like anything. But that looks like this. So it's a sort of a warm pink. And I mean, you can, looks like this. I think it's better than that red, just because it's a bit warmer. But I'm still not sold on it. So I'm banking on my third option, which was this one. Oh wait. Does this have a name? Oh my god, do you have a name? It's called Pink Blink. So, this one is... Do we have a name? Velvet Touch? I don't know. That's not a colour. And it looks like this. Ooh. First of all, that looks like the ghost face. But second of all, I think that's my favourite one, actually, already. Just because it has the sort of browns that are in your eyes mixed with the red. So it seems like the perfect match, don't you think? Just suits those other colours a lot better. Like, they go well. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use that one, I think. What do you think? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna bother with a lip liner because I want to sort of smudge out the edges a bit. Like, not way off your face, but I just want them not to be like a harsh line. Like, mine is quite a clear line, but I want yours to be soft. Yeah. So if you could just sort of open your mouth a tiny bit for me, please, so I can get in there. Okay, I'm just gonna start on your bottom lip. Just get it on. And then your top lip. I just want to be careful, sort of drawing out your Cupid's bow. Okay. Now, the smudging. I'm going to use a brush for that, I think, again. This one. I'm going to use this, like, short, stubby brush. And I'm just going to get more in there. Make a nice soft edge. Just makes it look a bit more natural, a bit more, like, blushy. The bottom lip there. It makes a real difference. I really like it. There we go. So, full face is on. And that leads me to my very final step, which is a setting spray. So this is just gonna help hold everything in place all day. It'll keep you set for the night. So, please close your eyes or it will go in them. And I'm just gonna... Actually, I'll cover them. You know what? Don't worry about that. Okay. One more. There we go. So, there we have it. You're all fixed and finished. I think you look really nice. And it's honestly thanks to you letting me practice on your face. And yeah, it suits you. These colours look nice on you. It's a perfect winter cold weather look. Well, I mean, I hope you like it as much as I do. And you're now free to go about your day however you wish. And I hope it treats you well. I'll see you again next time if you ever let me practice with you again. Which I hope you do. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next time.